Yep, that's...
It all dates back to 2017, my personal favorite year of hip-hop. I mean, who didn't like that year? Oh yeah. God damn it, Joe.
That's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea.
Only a year after the new era was ushered in, I discovered some of my favorite artists, some classics were made, and this was the year of X. Jahseh Onfroy, better known as XXXTENTACION, had just been released from jail after blowing up and gaining a cult-like fanbase with his breakout classic SoundCloud hit, Look At Me, peaking the Billboard Hot 100 at number 34, and some may argue to still be his biggest song to this day. Thanks to the help of his past antics, Naruto AMVs, and just the overall content of his grungy, punkish, emotional, rap-infused music, his other songs would soon follow the same pattern, and X seemed to be the talk of the town. Whilst X was skyrocketing into the mainstream, some of his success was rubbing off on his fellow South Floridian collaborators and acquaintances, such as Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Ronnie J, Wi-Fi's Funeral, and his literal partner in crime, Ski Master Slump God.
First we made plans to connect with each other to first hit licks like
Around this time, Ski was a bubbling artist, as he didn't even release his debut mixtape yet and only had 3 EP Lucy's under his name, with Drowning Designer, The Very Rare Lost Files, and Slaps for My Drop Top Minivan, but was relatively gaining popularity, still having millions of plays on his collaborations with X, Where's the Blow with Pump, Like a Soccer Mom, and one of his hardest songs in my opinion, his remix for Lil Wayne's Stun Like My Daddy. So it's obvious he had a consistent fanbase who were supporting him, and come February 2017, Designer, who we should all know has his now infamous 5-time platinum single Panda, one of the most successful rap songs of the 2010s, announced his headlining national tour called the Outlet Tour in promotion for his single Outlet. Yes, he went on tour for her single, kicking things off April 2nd in Seattle and wrapping it up May 16th in Toronto. But he wouldn't go without some company, so he brought along up-and-coming producer 16-year-old San Diego artist Rob Stone, and Ski. And Rob had rose to fame with his Chill Bill record that became a viral hit, mostly recognized for a sample of the whistle off the hospital scene from the 2003 film Kill Bill Volume 1. The music video was released in 2015 and started gaining traction almost immediately, having over 100 million views at the time, getting an official remix with Denzel and Dram, and even leading to him touring with A$AP Ferg and Playboi Carti in 2016. It was an underground banger turned into a mainstream hit. But as soon as the Outlet Tour went underway, tensions began to rise between Rob and Ski, who before this were actually drinking buddies and were on pretty good terms due to set time issues, and both of them believing that they should go before the headliner, eventually becoming a battle of egos. Now if you guys aren't sure how shows work or the order of the performances go, basically it goes from least hottest to hottest. And at this time, in the mainstream standpoint, between them, Rob seemed to be the bigger artist, with him having a platinum record. He was the one going before the headliner being Designer, and Ski didn't agree with that. There was confusion to that for, to be honest, a lack of communication and understanding between them and poor management by the touring agency. Rob claims that he felt disrespected by Ski during the tour, and that Ski was on some petty diva in Seattle, coming on Rob's set during his 3rd song, shaking hands with the fans and pretending to turn up with Rob and his crew. He says that it wasn't no genuine turn up, and he was ruining his spot, mocking him and taking his spotlight. And it got to a point where Rob couldn't even draw the attention of the audience until wrapping it up with Chill Bill. So Rob says he later confronted Ski about it and told him not to come on during his set again, and if he was, to come on at the end. And that was the first day of the tour. And according to Ski, he thinks he did nothing wrong in this situation, and just believed that he should go later on in the show due to the fact that he had more overall buzz, with more plays on his songs, and in his own words, statistically, it just didn't make sense. His stage presence and interaction with the crowd was just much better, and that Rob was just ass. He felt like he didn't deserve to perform in front of a smaller audience, as with shows, as the night goes on, the audience number increases, and openers are just there to fuel them up and get them ready for the headliner, since that's who they paid to see. It's a way of getting your name out there, but it's just a known fact that most people don't care about openers. Ski, having issues with the touring company AEG, says that he wanted to drop off of it, but according to him, he was told that if he didn't drop off of the tour, then they would switch his set time with Rob Stone, and that they wanted to kick him off because of his lack of getting a buzz from the audience, and they weren't as receptive to Rob's songs apart from Chill Bill. But they couldn't, because they would have to pay him $75,000 in breach of their original contract. And he adds to this saying that Stone was upset about that. Apparently, Rob had no idea about this. So there goes the confusion of the set time. Now fast forward to April 9th at the San Diego stop of the tour. Rob Stone's hometown. Now it's showtime. Ski is set to go at 8:30 and Rob was set to go at 9. Ski doesn't show up for his set purposely because he was gonna play opener after being promised that they would switch a spot with Stone, but didn't, so it was pushed back to Ski at 9 and Rob at 9:30. Ski eventually pulls up late to the San Diego venue at approximately 9:25 because his fans are tweeting at him and the tour managers were hitting him up, so he came. And after talking to the people that were running the tour, he says that they told him if he was to go on today, then he wouldn't be paid. By here, stated by Ski, he wanted to get on the mic to let his fans know that he wouldn't be performing since he wouldn't be paid, and it felt bad. And as seen in the video, Ski went on stage while Rob's set was getting set up and tried to get the mic from the DJ, Malik Burgers, and other members of Rob Stone's clique, 1207. Rob wasn't on stage yet, but his homies Spooks and Malik were. And when Ski asked them for the mic, they replied no, kicking off their performance. Ski continued to kind of follow them around on stage, asking to get the mic real quick, adding that he would give it back, but they ignored him, assuming that he wanted to perform during their set time and continue their show. After not getting the mic, Ski began to stare at them with his arms folded and just awkwardly stood in the middle of the stage. But not too long into the performance, he was pressed by Rob Stone's bodyguard nicknamed Jack Attack, who tried pulling him off stage. Ski resisted, pushing his arm away, and there was what seemed to be a little altercation in exchange of words, until he was soon escorted off of the stage by venue security. That same night, Ski revealed that Designer still brought him out on his set and let him perform a few songs, despite of him coming late. A fan in attendance of the San Diego Observatory event tweeted to Ski about the show along with a video saying, "Yo, WTF, Dago wasn't fair with you, bro. Whatever the issue was." X, seeing this video without even needing to have context to the situation, looking out for his best friend, inserted himself into this petty feud and then quote tweeted it to say, "Let them know whoever the that is getting in their mouth when I go on tour for putting their peasant hands on my brother." Yeah, he had a few words. Due to these tweets becoming popular on socials, Rob responded to X tweeting, "I'm not Drake," hinting at X's feud with Drake for allegedly taking the flow and cadence from X's Look At Me to his at the time unreleased KMT, which X really used to his advantage.
"This nigga Drake a fuck nigga."
Also saying, "Don't come around here with that BS." X responded to Stone saying, "Pussy nigga, you right, you not Drake, you even more irrelevant. You can make the rest of that out yourself." Not getting demonetized today? No sir. God, who even thinks of this? Ski also had a few words to say, hinting that there's more to the situation that meets the eye, hinting at Rob's crew pressing him on stage, with Rob saying, "I'ma holla back." And they both revealed that behind the scenes after this, they were DMing and kind of squashing it, hashing out their differences, but Stone's main problem was now with X, with what he was saying on Twitter and Instagram about wanting Ski to slap him, and saying that when he goes on tour, he'll pull up to Stone's city. So he told Ski to tell X to pipe down, as he was the main one talking crazy.
"And the next time I see one of y'all ass disrespect my brother, I'm gonna punch y'all in y'all shit, and that's real shit. Fuck this rap shit, nigga. I've been off that talking because I'm on probation, but real shit, let that pussy nigga know I'll slap him in his motherfucking mouth, Rob Cinder Block. I'll slap you in your motherfucking mouth, pussy ass. Y'all better stop playing with my fucking brothers, because when I see y'all niggas and I come on tour, nigga, and I'm in your city, nigga, I'll put that shit on you, nigga. So quit playing with me, fuck ass, nigga, because when I see him, I'll put that shit on you, boy." Yo, I'ma slap the fuck out this nigga, bro. First of all, bro, how you only average like 30K on motherfucking Twitter with radio play? How you average 30K on Twitter with radio play? We just now doing this shit and we are, bro. If she don't slap you, bro, if she don't slap you in your shit, bro, bro, just listen to this, bro. You got whistling on your shit. What the fuck is this shit, son?
Feed a fat bitch a fucking donut in your hood.
Sorry.
Bro, ski better beat that ass, bro. That shit, bro. I just went through that pictures and that little list, but ski whoop that, bro. Jesus Christ. Tell this pussy nigga Rob Cinder Block tighten up before I slap him in his fucking mouth. That little hole he is, you look like you're like 5'0".
Damn, something in my throat.
Before I slap your little ass and fuck these pussies can't do no fucking shows in Florida. I'm gonna come to y'all cities and perform in y'all cities. I wanna see y'all do some shit. I can't wait, cause I'm going on tour. I'm gonna make sure I do all cities.
The following night, April 10th, the next stop was LA, specifically the Fonda Theater. Rob says he wanted to speak with Ski to squash things, but he wouldn't go to the green room or sound check to quote-unquote check in, and sort of avoided him. And he saw this as the last straw, from coming on his set one time in Seattle and again in his hometown, to calling him out on Twitter and letting X threaten him on social media, and now avoiding him. He says this was the third strike. Ski showed up early to his set because he didn't want to let his fans down and look pussy, and during it, he was performing Take a Step Back, which is arguably one of the best mosh pit songs of all time, but That's for another video. On the stage, Ski was jumping to the rhythm of the Ronnie J produced track, and not too long into the hook, he was bum rushed by Rob Stone and his crew. As seen in the video, Ski was really into his performance, stage diving, shaking hands with the crowd, later saying that this was gonna be his last show on the tour due to all the issues he's faced with the touring agency and Rob, until Stone came up to his side and according to him was trying to grab the mic from him, take over and perform his music, like what he thought Ski tried to do the night prior. Rob grabbing Ski and the mic both fall to the barricade after being pushed. Ski getting up confused and anxious, he sees Rob's entourage and runs outside of the venue, leaving the fans bewildered as one of them can be heard saying, "Where's Ski Mask?" The beating was taken from the venue to the parking lot. This is where, according to Ski, in a conversation with XXL, while getting jumped outside, he made a break to his car. The car is locked, and while this is happening, Ski sees one of his friends getting jumped. So Ski, like a real should, jumps in only to get Cam cold-hearted.
Cam Cold-Hearted. Cam Cold-Hearted. I'm the truth, nigga.
According to Ski, he was kicked and punched in the chest multiple times, hit in the face, and as anyone would be, he was laid out on the ground. And in his own words, he couldn't breathe. So he laid there, not knocked out, but beaten. In his Supreme underwear. I mean, what can you say? Ski was outnumbered. Allegedly, it was from 8 to 20 gentlemen that Ski describes as 40-year-old old-ass nigga against him and his few group of friends. But carrying on, Ski says he was escorted by the ambulance but didn't make it to the hospital because he didn't want to look soft. And in response to that says, "I'm like Cameron, I get shot and I don't snitch." Ski also revealed that a friend of his was stabbed in the mouth during the melee. Later, Rob teased a video on his Instagram story, and in response to the ordeal, Ski went on a rant venting about Rob with multiple tweets, saying that Rob gets no cool points for jumping him, and how he believes that the security had it out for him, which was kinda true, as some of the guards in the venue were just being sketchy the whole show. This is very ironic being with what happens with X, and concluding it, kinda moving on from the situation, tweeting, "You will regret." After this footage started to surface, X was furious, and as stated by Garrett from Revenge Clothing, who lived with X at the time, he was screaming and punching walls in his Florida apartment, and his friends were worried about what he would do, especially with him potentially violating his probation, as this was only a month after his March release from jail. Rob tweeted no games, also saying, "I'ma show y'all what really happened, just wait, we don't get off for no reason," before releasing the video. That one part was captioned, "You didn't come to the green room, so I had to bring it to you," also revealing in said caption that the reason he jumped Ski was mainly because of what X was saying the day before. Malik also tweeted about the beating too. In the video, he shows what happened in Seattle and Dago with Ski coming on stage seemingly trying to take over his set, to the LA show where Rob and his crew attacked him, leaving him on the ground in front of a car, concluding with the flashing lights of an ambulance. X responded to the video with a series of Instagram stories.
How the fuck you jumping with 30 and don't kill that boy? But all y'all pussy, that's all y'all. But he ain't even get that the respect of a one-on-one, and you think you hard? You say, when you talk about whooping, you say we? We? you and all your little boyfriends can't go to no cities. That nigga can't tour. That nigga rap career done. You gonna have to go work at Publix, bro. When we done with you, you gonna have to go work at Publix. Nigga, that shit dead. The Ski Mask the only guy I know will go in another nigga city and perform on his city and have a bunch of blood niggas fucking jump in because he don't want to look pretty. Y'all niggas lost all respect. Shout out to Ski Mask. Go follow Ski Mask on Instagram. You can read a lot of things about a nigga, bro. I done did my research. I done looked up everything. I already know the blog. I already know. Niggas is stupid with this internet shit. And first of all, you don't get no point, bro. Y'all should have killed him, bro. Y'all should have killed, bro. And now y'all gonna take a lot of losses for no reason. And y'all ain't dropped not one body. Y'all gonna see.
And Rob made his public response to X.
Look, X, I'm gonna tell you, little bitch ass, nigga. I ain't got time for this game, nigga. You niggas keep talking on the internet. I done told you, boy, I done beat your homeboy up last night in Cali, nigga. And I'll be out rolling loud, little nigga. Don't you dare come to San Diego, boy. Don't you dare. I don't make Instagram videos and shit for clout, or I don't need your fucking clout, nigga. You got a hype wave, nigga. My shit platinum, nigga. You not fucking with me, nigga.
Jeez, must be the corona.
Stay down, please. Soy sauce, stay down.
Let how y'all rapping kids, B. Y'all niggas is some little ass kids, bro. I ain't got time for this. I'm a grown ass man, bro. I got a kid. I'm trying to get my bands, bro. And anytime y'all niggas want a problem, I'm gonna f you niggas up, though.
And Ski responded in typical Ski fashion.
Hey.
Nah, but really.
Ask him if he asked me for my one-on-one, though, my nigga. Did he ask me for my one-on-one? Can he fight me one-on-one? No? Yeah? Out-rap. I will out-rap the f*** out of you. I will toss you, my nigga. One-on-one.
Later, X and his friend slash producer Cade, who produced Let's Pretend We're Numb, H2O, and Death Punch for Scarlord, rest up, tweeted leaking Rob Stone's phone number, alleged address, posting a picture of his son telling Rob to bring him to Rolling Loud, and a video of his baby mama giving a man fellatio. X was going in, and from here, and honestly for the majority of the feud, is where I would say the beef went from Ski Mask, Slum God, and Rob Stone to X and Rob Stone, as X was just much more vocal about the situation, and when the media discussed this, they mainly brought up his name since he was the bigger artist, and it seemed like Ski sort of distanced himself from it, with him being unbothered and unscathed from it, and kind of just dusted himself off, took the L, and kept it pushing, but X just kept it going. And finally, Rob offered the fade, tweeting, "I'll beat both of you, and I'll rap you, line it up whenever, holla at me, I'm done with this kid shit," adding the both of them. AEG, due to this issue becoming violent and possibly escalating into something else, revealed in the XXL interview where Ski and Rob both gave their separate accounts that both artists were removed from the tour, and Rob started to face flack from X fans and really the whole community for jumping Ski, and this hate will last for the rest of his career. With this situation reaching mainstream attention, being posted by blogs and outlets like Complex, Hip Hop DX, and Hypebeast, on May 1st, one of the most profound and respected music festivals, Rolling Loud, who originally had Rob booked for the show, ended up removing him from the Miami lineup in risk of him having a tango with X, who had one of the most anticipated sets of the whole event, and replaced him with, you guessed it, Ski. They made a statement regarding this saying, "Due to recent events, the festival has decided that the safest course of action is to remove Rob Stone from the Rolling Loud Festival 2017 lineup in order to maintain a safe concert experience for fans and artists alike." They also said Rob was ready, willing, and able to perform, but we felt removing him was imperative. And they low-key made the right decision, because you see, following Ski getting jumped, there were multiple tweets, comments, and videos of X fans threatening and warning Rob not to come to Florida, with one fan tweeting, "Rob, don't show up to Rolling Loud, bad things will happen if you do," and another saying, "Start writing your will." Stone replied to this unfazed, as he revealed that the people running the event paid him fully in advance despite him not performing, and alleged that X and Ski were in on it since they have that connection with the Rolling Loud co-founder Tariq, also revealing that he was just booked for Jay-Z's Made in America festival, so he didn't care. And some Stone fans responded to this saying, "Rob Stone just got pulled off of one music festival and now he performing at an even bigger one, and XXX testicles, lol, Rob Stone 1207 to the top, boy." That same day, Rob released 3 diss tracks towards X and Ski in the forms of Sender, featuring Thom Cruise and Malik Burgers, WWE, and Trap Brazy, with very striking cover arts. And honestly, I wouldn't even consider these diss tracks, because the tracks themselves are just mediocre flex songs, as he doesn't even diss them and probably just use their names as clickbait. But apart from these lines, I can only describe in this video.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
But hey, I don't really blame him. I mean, who wouldn't drop music in the midst of all of this attention? Ski and X, while they never really made an official response to the diss track, Ski kinda made a statement regarding it in the 21 Questions My Mixtape segment.
What's up with that? To be completely honest, I don't know. I don't know what he wants from it. I'm not gonna reply. I'm not gonna say his name to give him anything, but I don't know what else he wants. So, yeah, but stay tuned.
Also saying,
I shit on him. Revenge, like, now I gotta fight people in my mind, and this shit difficult, but I'm very good at it.
And they went on to have one of the best performances of the Rolling Loud Festival, with one of the more memorable performances of the night, having a huge buzz from the audience, going in and out of the crowd, causing mosh pit after mosh pit. It was described as what the kids would say, lit. Following the event, X having one of the most beautiful and supporting fan base, they were teasing Rob Stone, saying things like, "How was Rolling Loud?" and "Yo, your set was so lit," fire emoji. Rob went on IG Live to address them and X, all while flexing his diamond pinky ring that he purchased with the money that the promoters paid him to not show.
How was Rolling Loud? I don't know. Let me ask my fucking pinky ring, because I didn't go to Rolling Loud. All I did was go buy a pinky ring, which they gave me not to show, so I didn't go beat niggas up. I just asked my diamond ring that you ain't never had enough money to go buy in your motherfucking life with your bitch ass, that you'll never see in your life with your bitch ass. So I'm gonna just leave my diamonds in my motherfucking camera for the rest of this Instagram live. I bet the money you got for that ring is from your one-hit wonder song. No, it was actually so I wouldn't go to Rolling Loud and beat nobody up. But I got money from my motherfucking song too, but it's a lot more than a diamond pinky ring, I'm gonna tell you that much.
In the midst of the feud, X announced his first and unfortunately last headlining national tour, infamously named the Revenge Tour, in promotion for his commercial mixtape Revenge, which was an official release of his SoundCloud hits such as I Don't Wanna Do This Anymore, Young Brats, Look at Me, Looking for a and Rip Roach, along with a company of his clique members only and Ski, traveling from Boston to Phoenix to Houston and disregarding Rob's warning, San Diego. And according to Rob, X sent him the San Diego date, taunting him with words like, "I'ma be in your city, do something." May 31st, the tour began, and depending on who you're asking, the reception to it may vary. On one hand, coming from an X fan, the tour was legendary. Like I said, with this being his only national tour and every show being damn near sold out, it displayed how much of an impact he had already made in such a short amount of time. He brought together a few hundred sweaty teenagers and young adults, and every show was full of raging and stage diving. Definitely a moment to seize. Then on the other hand, in the eyes of the public and outsiders, it wasn't so good. Now the tour had its ups and downs. On the first day of the tour, Wi-Fi got disconnected after jumping into a crowd and kicking someone in the head. Toys were thrown on stage. X was thrown into a barricade. Someone's daughter got their sucked on stage. Apparently there was a butthole girl. And XXX got ZZZ'd. Fast forward to the sixth stop of the tour, June 7th in the North Park Observatory in San Diego. Alright, so boom. The audience is eager and ready, with their cell phone flashlights already illuminating the room, chanting X, X, X. As X can be seen walking to the mic in red shorts without socks, the DJ cues up the opening track Garrett's Revenge, later named Revenge, which was an homage or a tribute in light of the news of his friend's death, Jocelyn Flores. And this song was the first softer X release since his big break, which was a complete 180 from his mosh pit anthems that he became popular for. X begins to perform the acoustic tale, and not even 18 seconds into it, the punch that was heard around the world. X gets blindsided, knocked out cold by a hooded man running on stage from his right. The unknown man then tries to beat X while he's down, but gets to himself by the security and X's crew. All hell breaks loose on stage as X just lies on the floor unconscious, until he was carried off stage by his friend. They turn on the light and X's crew is fired up, but yet still confused. I mean, everybody was, chasing some of the other assailants that were with him, but catching the main attacker and taking him backstage. And some fans even jumped the barrier to hop on stage. The crowd instantly began a Rob Stone chant, already assuming that he just knocked X out or had some connection to it. It was complete mayhem. Moments later, X comes back, shockingly nonchalant to the situation after being knocked out for about 2 minutes. He came out and announced that he's fine, but due to what just happened, the venue had just canceled the show, also ending it with another F Rob Stone chant.
Listen, we were set up by the venue, by someone in the venue that let someone come on here and tackle me. So listen, then I have to leave. I have to leave, but I'm gonna, hold on. Somebody let the mother on stage that tackled me, but I'm gonna handle it like a champ, alright? You get a free show.
My most sincere apologies, but security is making me leave because of what happened, and they're saying I'm not safe. So on the 1, 2, 3, let me get a Rob Stone. 1, 2, 3.
The crowd erupted when taking their anger outside, rioting on 29th Street, repeating the chant, and understandably so. They paid for a show just for it to get shut down over the beef with Stone. The video went viral almost immediately, being posted by XXL, Lil Act, and really everywhere. You name it, they posted it. And Drake, being petty, he liked to comment on Act's page of someone laughing at it, bringing more attention to it. But once again, understandably so.
This nigga Drake a fuck nigga.
X almost immediately after the show had abruptly ended, went on live to address the blindsided attack, blaming the security and threatening to sue the venue.
Hey, y'all seen the video of me getting knocked out? Hey, that shit was set up. Hey, listen, if y'all seen the video of the niggas fucking running on stage, that shit was set up. The venue set us up like last time when they set up Ski. They get sued like it ain't nothing, bro. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not retaliating and I ain't doing nothing. Whatever happened to them, I don't got no involvement. I'm letting everybody know from now. I have zero involvement in what happens to that nigga.
Adding context and facts to what X was saying, basically there was a group that snuck in through the back and paid or had some sort of agreement with some of the security, but it wasn't all of the security. That's why in the video some of the other security guards were defending X and it looked confused, but backstage it was a different story. There had been a group of about 8 people and the original plan was for them to jump X, but clearly they couldn't pull that off, so they started to retract, leaving the venue. One of them are even seen in the video trying to break up the jumping of the attacker, but eventually ran off. All of this can be seen in the security footage, and that really made me question the reliability of the venue. But then again, what do you expect? It was San Diego, and at the time Rob was running shit. And after everything X had done on social media, I mean, that's like talking shit about Logic and then coming here to Maryland. Okay, maybe not really, but you know what I mean. X also responded to the viral video with tweets like, "Next time make sure you kill me so I can't talk shit. And venue and security set me up. I got sucker punched and knocked out." it is what it is, and made a letter to Rob Stone on Snapchat talking about how the guy that got the hit on him, assuming that was Rob Stone's homie, revealed that he was stabbed by a stranger and is in critical condition. According to the Fox 5 San Diego report, a 19-year-old male was hospitalized with multiple but non-life-threatening stab wounds after X was knocked out at around 8:45 p.m. They described the chaos that followed the stabbing outside of the venue, with there having to be multiple police officers present to de-escalate. Water bottles were thrown by fans, but it eventually simmered down and no arrests were made. The following day, X was on his ignorant hot boy shit.
If you think we finna cancel our fucking sense to end the show for a sucker punching me, what the fuck you got going on? We lit tonight, bitch. Stop hanging. Listen, I'm still in Cali. I want all the smoke. Come to my show. I'm in your motherfucking state. I want all the pressure. Come knock me the fuck out. Again, let's have a repeat. Alright? Anybody asking me how I feel though, I feel straight. In the end of the day, this is the life I live. It finally caught me lacking, and it was about time. So I was, what, 5-0? Anybody talking about it was that boy artist. Just so you know, it was some gang niggas from San Diego, some affiliates that snuck in through the side, paid security off so they could come in, snuff me out, and thought they was gonna jump me, but we was too deep.
And made a statement on TMZ regarding the punch where he taunts the stabbing of the attacker and says he'll still be moving the same way he's been moving.
Do you plan to go to the hospital?
Nope, but he did. For my future shows, I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. If I need to be confronted, it's gonna happen. The world is gonna align that. I had 12 security guards here today. So what the f am I gonna pay more money for to get more security if I could just get snuffed out that easy? I'm gonna handle up, that's all.
Stone released a diss track towards X and Ski titled XXX Credit, which was actually pretty decent. He actually disses the duo this time around with solid jabs to them, and I thought this line was pretty funny.
Y'all said 10-year-old kids tweeting like this. You're not bumping with.
To explain the San Diego incident, Rob made an appearance on the 92.3 LA show where he pretty much talks about his beef with Ski and X. As Bootleg Kev and his co-host question him about the blindsided attack, he says that he wasn't surprised to hear the news and that his city loves him, so he knew it was going to happen eventually. As in the prior Instagram live regarding Rolling Loud, he said,
"Am I gonna slap XXX when he had North Park next month? No, I won't be the one to slap him, but no, he's getting his slap. You think he about to come to San Diego and perform a goddamn thing? I'm gonna just say that. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me, but just know he ain't gonna be able to touch that stage. That's a fact."
Many people have came to the conclusion and conspiracized that Rob has something to do with the attack, but he reveals that he had no say in this attack and that he had no personal relationship with anyone involved. As while this was happening, he was at home watching the NBA Finals, watching the Cavs get absolutely dominated, and he got the news like everyone else did. Now regarding this, it's a whole lot of he say, she say, but I've come to the conclusion that it must have been either a Rob Stone supporter, an ex-hater, or a good old clout chaser. It was a San Diego thing, he says in the interview, and it was bigger than Rob Stone. He also describes how kids in Dago were walking up to him saying, "You know he can't perform here, right?" foreshadowing what would happen. He speaks on what stemmed from this with Ski and the Outlet tour and acknowledges that he was wrong and how things shouldn't have came down to that. But he says if Ski had talked to him like a man, then that wouldn't have happened. He speaks on X and reveals that before the San Diego show, he tried to hit up X personally, but X wasn't for it. And he added to that saying that X crossed the line when he posted his son. The interviewers conclude the conversation saying that they don't want to see this escalate and that they just want to see these three young men prosper. In response to that, Rob says if they want to hit him up and talk to him like men, they could, but it seemed like they didn't. Eventually, Rob made a video on Instagram that made me respect him a little more. It was kind of a peace treaty, and it's him coming to the realization of his beef and how far it had come with lives now being at stake.
Alright. First things are, I'm alive and well. Alright. I didn't get stabbed. All my homies is alive and well, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I feel bad for a person that did get stabbed. I don't know, I'm gonna just say that I'm not even trying to be on this bullshit, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do any of this, like, none of this is my intention, bro. Like, I'm trying to make music, like, sorry that my city loves me, man. Like, I'm sorry that my city loves me. I don't know, man, this shit just getting crazy, you know what I mean? And it's only gonna get worse, you know what I mean? You cannot sit and talk shit about people in the world right now. I'm not talking to a specific person, but you cannot sit and talk shit and go to the city and not expect somebody in the city to feel some type of way about that. I know the shit like that happened with Ski Mask to Slum God. I know it was petty as f. It went overboard. Ski Mask, like, as a man, my shit, like, it wasn't supposed to go like that, my shit, like, as a man, my I'm gonna holler at you 100. X, I've gotten at you direct multiple times, bro. Like, it ain't this with me, bro. I ain't trying to run like that. I don't know, bro. I don't think anybody can get through to you, bro. I think that you should just focus on music and your career, like I'm trying to do, bro. Don't nobody want to see none of this shit. Honestly, bro, everybody want to see me make another motherfucking hit song. Everybody wanna see you make a motherfucking slapper. Like, look at me. I'm not a hater, my nigga. I'm not a hater, bro. Like, all the shit you do, bro. Like, I'm not a hater ass nigga, bro. I think you got talent, bro. But the way you go about shit, bro, and the way you be at motherfuckers, at me, bro, posting my son and all that shit don't fly, bro. That shit ain't boo. That shit ain't cool. Ain't nobody going for that. I'ma just stick to the music, man. I'ma just keep doing me. I'ma keep being a real ass nigga. And that's all I can be. And that's 100.
When it seemed like this beef was at an all-time high and would escalate to something else, the beef went nowhere following the infamous knockout in San Diego, as everyone went their separate ways, carrying on with their careers. And 4 months later, in an October promotional interview for Stone's debut album Don't Wait For It with Jammin' 95.7, Rob reveals that X had finally hit him up and they chopped it up. And as we all know, unfortunately, on June 18th, 2018, X was tragically killed in Deerfield Beach, Florida in a senseless robbery, when I would say he was becoming a much better person and was evolving into something special. It rocked the music industry, with artist after artist offering their condolences, from Billie Eilish to Kanye West to Future. It was a day of grief. Amidst the news of X's passing, Rob took to Instagram to share his condolences in a video. It was a video of Rob and X on the phone, and it was just them coming to an understanding, making peace, and just squashing everything.
I understand why everything went the way it went, and I understand that it didn't excel to a point that it didn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you know, bro. I don't got no smoke with you, man. We can make money together, man. Like, but just give it time. You know what I'm saying? We could link, we could talk, we could chop it up. I'm in LA right now, so if you ever want to talk, let me know, and we'll chop it up, my nigga.
Yeah, 100, bro. I'm out in New York, but I'll be back soon, so I'm be in contact, bro, because, you know what I mean, like I said, it's too much money out here to get, my nigga.
To be made, just know this is my number, though. This is my personal cell, so you can actually text me and shit. We gonna chop it up.
All right, 100.
All right, brother, love.
With the caption, "I would never wish death on a human being." We had our differences and battles in the field, but at the end of it all, X reached out to me like a man and we talked it out like men. I wasn't ever gonna post this out, but I feel like the both of our supporters need to hear this for closure. Please let him rest peacefully. I pray all young artists, including myself, will use this unfortunate situation to stop the violence and focus on bettering the world we live in. RIP XXXTENTACION. Also saying in a later interview that he respected X for reaching out to him because that's all he wanted. All of the jokes aside and music aside, I've come to a realization about this beef. At the time, I had no respect for Rob Stone, but after doing research and looking at all sides of the story, I started to understand and respect Rob for the way he handled this. Partly, but I think I might be one of the only people that think that. After the knockout, and especially after X's passing, this has damaged his name and his career, and as he said, venues, artists, and people don't even want to associate themselves with him due to what happened with Ski in LA and X in San Diego, seeing him as a violent person. Every single music video is flooded with the plethora of X fans saying Rob Cinderblock, trash, L, and just leaving negativity, even after he gave them closure. Honestly, with this situation, I see where everyone was in the wrong and in the right. Ski was wrong for trying to take Rob's set, even though it was the touring agency's fault, but I still feel like he could have talked to him. Rob was wrong for jumping Ski, and if he really wanted to throw their hands, should have just offered the ones. And X was just wrong from the jump, posting his phone number and his family members. He definitely took it too far. But then again, just like with the last beef I covered, everyone was just young, ambitious, and hot-headed. Overall, Rob Stone, he seems like a humble, chill dude that's just trying to make music, put on for his city, his clique, and take care of his son Josiah. Looking at this situation from everyone's eyes, I see why they handled it that way, but I think, and I hope we can all agree that they weren't right for everything. Rob Stone, while his music isn't my cup of tea, I wish this man the best of luck in his career and just his life in general. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment down below your take on this. Long live Ja, leave Rob Stone alone, and drop a tape, Ski.